Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to the Chroniclers Convergence event. Now, before we get started, I'd like to say a couple things to all that may be watching this. First and foremost, I'm obviously very sorry about the incredible delay in releasing this. This was a lesson for us in the long run in dealing with projects such as this, and the possibility of doing additional live events besides Makuta Fest. We'll be applying the knowledge we learned from this experiment to our future endeavors, and unfortunately this particular event suffered a little bit because of its experimental nature. It was the first project we've decided to do other than Makuta Fest that was going to initially be a live stream, and that did not work out. So instead, what we are going to be doing today, over the next hour, a little over, I'd say, is taking a look at fan projects, fan trailers, submissions we've received over the last 5 months, I'd say. And for some projects, the creators are going to come on and speak about them for a few minutes, give additional info, and depending on how big the project is, more minutes may be allotted to it. And then for some trailers, there won't be any additional dialogue. We'll just run the trailer and then move on to the next. And I would like to say once again, I'm sorry for all the troubles with this event, and I hope that the people that submitted these trailers will get some publicity from this. And we really hope that it's beneficial to all of you, because this whole event is basically fan service. We're trying to do a service for you all and help give some of your projects a kickstart. So hopefully that will work. And without further ado, hey, the Dude Productions. Say hello to our fans. Yes.
Hi.
So,
Hello.
you premiered a trailer for Hero Factory Red Tail's Chronicles of Bones, a stop-motion series by you. And first of all,
Yeah.
I guess I'd like to ask,
Yeah,
do you
actually well, the versions of the Halo Emerge, it's actually a remake of my original one back in 2011. So yeah, so it's a bit much darker story than before, with more action and more of the just more action and more interesting in general. So I hope you enjoy it. I've been working on it for nearly a year now, which is a long time. And yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed one good thing about this trailer that kind of separated it from other stop motions I've seen is the fact that it used a lot of effects. It used a lot of green screen, I noticed. And it looks like you're really going all out to make it a bit more cinematic.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely the biggest project I've ever worked on since I started, so yeah.
And it says in the description that you are in need of voice actors. Is that still the case?
Yeah, well, a lot of people have commented, so I'm just kind of going through everybody, see how they work for voice actors. I have some people for the main parts, but it's just for the smaller parts. Some people are needed.
All right. Well, Eljay, who was also here, what did you think of this trailer? Did you like it? Do you have anything to say?
Well, I rather enjoyed it. It, like the usage of the Hero Factory mocks on backgrounds is what really set it apart for me. You know, the animation was quite smooth, and right at the end, I thought, like the red and white guy with the Stormer helmet, I thought that was a witch doctor mask. But that looked like, I noticed you took like the bottom jaw off of Stormer's helmet. That looked like a really great skull. It really brought out a certain kind of look to the character. I thought that was really great. So, all in all, I'm looking really forward to this.
Yes. Now, you say it's coming this summer. Do you have any more details to share about the release date?
I would say it's looking like the end of June, hopefully.
Well, I hope it.
It was really going to be in March, but
stuff didn't work out, and we know that feel. all too well. But no.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on today to present this trailer. Please, everybody, be sure to check out the Dude Productions YouTube channel and Hero Factory Red Tails Chronicles of Bones when it premieres this summer, as well as any other series you may have, because I did notice you have another Hero Factory Red Tails series on your channel that's separate.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, Chronicles to get her two that are currently up and running.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you for joining us today, good sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And with that being said, we will now move on to the second trailer of the day. Enjoy. Okay, so that was the trailer for Project Reckoning, a new project by VBBN, who's here today to talk to us a little bit about this. Say hey, VBBN.
Hello.
The last time you appeared on our channel was
Alright, so
when you got review copies of the HF 2014 sets, and now you were back to discuss this. So give us a little
again,
explanation on what exactly this is, even though the trailer was pretty self-explanatory.
alright, so Chronos was a really big mock that I unveiled. It was like the biggest one that I've ever done, and it kind of got me really into doing really large mocks. So basically, this project is just my way of kind of going crazy and making a lot of really big figures, using a lot of parts, spending a lot of money. Um, so the trailer kind of shows the names of the characters that I want to create. So far, the only one that I've finished is Chronos, and he's gone through a lot of different forms. And this trailer is just a concept trailer, like all those pictures in there. But you can see even for the pictures, of like Chronos compared to what I actually made, are very loosely based on it. So really nothing in the trailer is final.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of ideas. And obviously, like I posted, like one of the titles, and it says that it's going to take 7 years to complete. That's a rough estimate. Knowing how I build, it'll probably take a lot longer than that if I even go through with finishing it. But, because who knows how these themes are going to go? Because most of the parts that I built Chronos out of are Hero Factory with like Bionicle and Technic to build the structural kind of things. So if themes change and like the whole look of parts change, I don't know, the overall look of what I do could change a lot.
Yeah, like maybe the new action figure theme in 2015 will provide some nice new parts to use.
Hopefully.
All right. Well, you do have
And
another
that's another
mock in the
issue,
pipeline.
too. It's like a lot of.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like some of the concepts I want to do, like Poseidon having his clear horses, is kind of possible right now.
Yeah.
There's not enough parts to do that.
Well, the second mock you're working on is named Halcyon, or Halcyon, not Halcyon. How's that going?
Halcyon. So far it's a head, and the body is a very rough framework. Like I've got a body, but I tried to make a leg for him the other day, and he ended up being really obnoxiously tall. Because
Yeah.
I tried. That's so far is the hardest thing is coming up with a leg design that's not Kronos's. So, I need to buy parts really badly, but
Yeah.
he is underway finally. I've been changed his design a lot, and his final design actually looks nothing like I have in that concept trailer. He's taking on a very like kill zone type of gas mask, bulky guy design instead of that hooded figure that's in the trailer.
Well, already in the head, the concept image like you have as your banner on BZ Power and other places, you're using those nice transparent light blue bone pieces. Hey.
As eyes.
Yeah. Making some good use out of your Invasion from Below sets. Well, Eljay, do you have anything to say about, first of all, the Chronos mock, and then the possibility of more mocks like these in the future?
DV could not have done this better. In fact, the majority of BZP mockers could not have done this better. This looks fantastic, it's well constructed, it's menacing, and it has a consistent style which just screams cool. And I'm really excited to see Halcyon.
Halcyon, Eljay. Halcyon.
Whatever his name is! That guy with the H, the A, the L, the C, and the other letters!
Wow.
I'm excited. Very excited.
This is what it would be like if Eljay critiqued mocks. He can't even get the basic stuff right. Well, do you have an approximate time for when you think Halcyon will be done? Or does it all pretty much depend on things?
Not cultural approximation.
My banner on Eurobricks says that he's gonna be revealed in September of this year.
Is that still on track?
it depends when I get around to buying all the parts, because I think once I have all the parts, building him will only be a matter of like a month. But I think by then I will have something to show for it, more than just a head. But I don't think, because Kronos has gone through 3 different forms, and like his current form is completely different than what he originally started as, and I feel like all of these are gonna go through the same thing. So what I reveal this year for Halcyon, he's probably gonna have an entirely new form next year,
Well,
because I just keep changing them until I think that they're, to my definition of being perfect.
nothing wrong with that. Well, that is Project Reckoning, one of the most ambitious mock projects that I have ever seen. Currently, what you have is very good. I can only hope the rest of them will live up to the same quality standard, but I have no doubts that they will. Do you have any other final comments to say?
Go big or go home.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a fitting place to end it. So I'd like to thank you for coming on today to talk about Project Reckoning. And to all that have seen this trailer and Kronos the mock on different forum sites everywhere, please be sure to follow VBBN because he's always putting out good quality stuff. And we look forward to Halcyon in hopefully September. So thank you.
Hopefully.
And with that being said, we will move on to the next trailer.
Hi, I'm Arnold of the BioMedia Project, and today I'm going to go over the new features we're announcing today with the completion of BMP 5.0. First up is our new image gallery, which we finished just recently around 2 weeks ago. During BMP 4.5, I always thought our image gallery was one of the best parts of the site, and I'm glad to have it back. Our image gallery on WordPress focuses on the image categories that used to be offered for download on various incarnations of BioMedia.com. You can browse through years of images from our extensive collection and download an image directly from our galleries, providing an alternative to downloading our 6.6 gigabyte image archive or individual folder archives. This will be a continuing effort, and we already have a couple updates planned for the future. Next up is the BMP RPG, which is our forum RPG made for both the Open 664 and the BMP stack. We designed a market notebook and novels and chapters with beginnings and endings. Novels also feature protagonists and antagonists from standard RPG parts. You can check out the BMP forum to learn more for every chapter. Lastly, we have our streaming version of the Power 77's ML 1.5 ready for play. ML 1.5 is a upgraded extension of the ML, centering its nation of Boros forums. It includes a lot of opportunity for happy chat with Boros and 7 working tasks as quick as possible. That's all we have for today. Check us out at BioMediaProject.com or at BioMedia Project on Twitter. See you next time.
Alright, so today we are joined by several people from the BioMedia Project. And please introduce yourselves now, everybody.
I'm Arn.
I'm Mins97.
I'm Zonar.
And I am Vakiti.
And today, we just finished running the trailer for the Bionicle Media Project, BioMedia, if you will. And I'd like to get some more details from you first, Aron, about some of the group's plans, elaborate on some of the stuff explained on in the trailer, maybe talk about some more stuff. So,
Sure, so
Yes.
BMP 5.0 is our declaration that all the content from BMP 4.5 has been added to our new WordPress installation, along with new content and features that we've added since. It's the culmination of a year's worth of work with site changes, new content, and changes that we made to increase our level of involvement with the community, and we're very proud of what we've accomplished. So now I'll hand it over to Mintz to discuss the BMP streaming version of Nuparu 77's MNL 1.5.
Alright, Nupara 77's MNLG 5 is basically a continuation of the original MNLG. It happens in the Borg Swarm story. And what I did was I made a stream online and saved to the BMP user accounts. And so it works more or less normally now. There might be some glitches, but well. Now I'll hand it over to Ben, to Sonar, so that he can talk about Solis Magna, his site.
All right, now
Bionicle sites, but yeah, thank you, Mince. So yeah, the current big project I'm working on at the BMP is archiving all the Bionicle sites from 2001 to 2010, including the 2003 version of BionicleMusic.com. And I just think it's really important to archive these sites because the Wayback machine has most of the stuff, but it's missing a lot of
yeah, that can
content,
only
and I
get
was
you so
able to-
far. It's important to have them
Yeah.
archived.
And we were able to find a lot of other parts of the site across the internet, a lot of pictures on Brickshelf and everything, and we were able to make a more complete archive than what's on the Wayback Machine. And we also have the 2001 site now, which is something that Wayback Machine does not really have anymore. So yeah. So now I'll hand it off to Vikiti to talk about Music 2.0.
Yes. As far as this is concerned, at one point I just decided to take a look at the music archives, and I wasn't really happy with the way it was organized, and it had duplicate tracks, missing tracks. Some tracks didn't have very good quality, so I just decided, you know what, screw it. I'm redoing all of this. So basically what ended up happening was the first project I ended up doing was completely re-ripping the Borak animations, Borak Cal animations, and the soundtrack from Boy Nui Online Game, because the quality was just kind of bad. And then I added a whole bunch of new content, like voiceovers from the other CDs, soundtracks from random GBA games, even the Bionicle Heroes DS soundtrack. And I thought I'd take it the extra mile, add folder icons, album art, and tag everything for it. I haven't started in on streaming music yet, but that's probably going to follow the same format once I'm all done with it. That's pretty much all I have to say on the matter at this point.
Okay, that sounds very interesting. And then also we're joined by Sanders from the BMP. Is there anything you're working on that you'd like to speak about?
I just pretty much go around calling whatever I can. I recently got the music for, I'll go with Defender. Well, there's not too much to get on BMP left. Well, there's lots to get, actually. But I mainly work on LMP now, because there's a lot more stuff to get there.
Ah, yes, the Lego Media Project. You guys' next big thing.
And it will be done a decade from now.
Yeah, I really hope so.
Yeah, we're gonna make a big push for BMP, LMP, because we haven't really worked on that since we launched it like about a year ago, and so this year we're gonna try to make LMP 1.0, and then that's gonna take priority over any BMP stuff we do. So we'll likely have something to show at the end of the year.
On this LMP games. I don't think that you've got the right to say that we haven't done any work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mince has been.
I've done lots of work on it, and now I need these games tested.
Yes, I'm almost done with that, Mince.
Well, it seems like, if there's one thing that can be said for you guys, it's that you certainly have a lot of ambition, and you have a history of following through on it, and you seems like you have a lot of stuff in the pipeline for 2014, and I'm very excited to see it come to fruition. And I hope everything goes well for you. Now, where can you find BMP if people want to check it out? Just reiterate before we sign off.
Sure, we're at biomediaproject.com, and you can check us out at Twitter at BioMedia Project.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today and for showing your trailer at this event. Everybody go check them out, follow them, do all that fun stuff. But for now, we are going to move on to the next trailer. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks.
Okay, so we are now joined by two representatives from the Solis Magna project, and also Vardaran from TTV, who's here chiming in for his perspective on this project.
Oh, I didn't realize I was actually a part of this.
Yeah, you are.
Well, darn. What have I done?
You've opened a
Why
can
so
of worms that
disappointed?
you cannot close. Check.
I was sitting here planning on watching a video and eating dinner and ignoring you.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to.
You can't leave the call either.
Yeah. Well, darn.
But no, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
So I'm Zonar, founder of the Solis Magna project.
And I'm Crow.
Oh. Hey.
Hello.
Those of you who watch our channel may know him for his hilarious, well thought out comments and comment section about
It's been
things.
way too long since I've left one of those.
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch some of the videos I missed.
Yep. But okay, today we are here to talk about and hopefully get some new info on the Solis Magna project. And I guess for the average viewer that's listening to this, a good place to start off with is, hey, what is Solis Magna?
Yeah. So solismagna.com. That's I guess the official name of it. A lot of people like to call it Solis Magna, but it's really solismagna.com. So solismagna.com was established in June 2013 as spherusmagna.com. Black Six actually told me that Spherus Magna was trademarked, so I changed the name to solismagna.com, which oddly is not trademarked. So solismagna.com is a project that aims to continue the Bionicle sets and storyline, picking up right where Greg left off at the Powers That Be and the Yesterday Quest. We are writing our own storyline and accompanying literature, as well as designing sets of characters in our storyline and selling them through our site. There's been a lot of confusion over this in the past, and just to get this out here, we are strictly an unofficial fan organization. We claim no ownership to Bionicle or any part of it. And we are not looking to make a profit from the sets we sell. The net profit that comes from the sets will be used to sustain our ability to actually sell the sets. So now we've released general price estimates in the past, but those have turned out to be pretty much impossible to achieve. We'll be purchasing the parts required to build the sets from Bricklink, and unfortunately there's no single store that will have all the parts we need. So the combined shipping costs from varying suppliers will make it impossible to offer sets at our previous price estimates, unfortunately. But we've decided that SM.com will still be selling sets, but without advertised prices, because the prices really can depend. If you want to purchase one of our sets,
Bricklink prices are often, in fluctuation, especially depending on,
Exactly.
what's in supply and demand and whatnot. So
yeah. So if you want to buy one of our sets, we will price it on Bricklink, send you an invoice, and ship it out. So in other words, if someone wants to buy one of our sets, they should acknowledge that it will be reasonably expensive, and there is no set in stone price for any of our sets, as it can, vary depending on the supply various Bricklink suppliers have. So while we'll still be selling sets, they will not have a definitive price, and they will be more expensive than we had previously thought.
Well done.
Instruction manuals for all the sets we make will still be available online. So, if people have all the necessary parts, they can get the instruction manuals online and build them. But for those who don't, we can sell them the parts. The benefit to buying the parts from us is that there will be often custom parts from Modalt Masks, whom we're partnered with, or just ones that we make ourselves, included in our sets that you can't buy anywhere else. Additionally, our sets will come in packaging quite similar to what we had with Bionicle. They will come in boxes covered entirely with printed graphics, so it adds a bit of collectability to the sets, you could say.
nostalgia.
Another thing we'll be offering is our Legacy line. Legacy line will be composed of sets that we never got a canon representation of or are just otherwise nostalgic. So yeah, that pretty much sums up solismagna.com. It is undeniably a unique site in the fandom. We're really proud to be able to offer a sort of full-scale continuation of Bionicle, albeit unofficially, of course. You can visit us at solismagna.com, of course. The site is still technically under construction, but it will be updated in the coming weeks with more information about the sets and storyline. We also have forums, which you can visit at forums.solismagna.com. The community there is actually pretty surprisingly lively most of the time, considering how new they are.
Wow.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Well, okay.
How many times did you practice that, Ben?
It's a very good
I actually just wrote it out.
Well, you did good.
Yeah.
That should hopefully answer a lot of people's questions. All I have to say, my personal
Yeah.
opinion, very ambitious project you've got going here.
Yeah.
Quite.
I wish you the
Indeed.
best of luck in actually accomplishing it. And I hear
Yeah.
that we have a
Thank you.
milestone to reveal, not a milestone, more like a reveal to talk about today.
A reveal to reveal.
Yeah, reveal to reveal, if you will. You are
We will
ready
reveal
to
this reveal.
unveil a set prototype. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Indeed, this is something that when we first were talking about what things we wanted to consider building for sale and stuff, this one came up. I think it was actually the first thing that we thought of.
Pretty much, yeah.
And so I got to work on it. Now, it is something that will be difficult to effectively capture in a set form because we know so little about it. But working on Marendar right now, however you pronounce it.
So let's just. I'm gonna turn before we go further, because a lot of our fans on YouTube may not actually even know or remember who Marinder is. So Eljay, you're the Bionicle expert. Give a little quick blurb on who Marinder is, just for our fans.
Marinder is a robot created by the Great Beans as a failsafe to the Toa that will land on Solis Magna in case they go rogue, which obviously isn't the case. But regardless, they decided to create him in order to kill all Toa.
Wow. So you had a pretty big idea to live up to here with this set.
Yeah.
Toa.
Yeah. So the image that you are quite possibly looking at right now is a
waited. I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm waiting till this moment.
All right. Well, it is a work in progress picture from November, and I have not since taken any more pictures, so that is definitely not the current state of it. But that should offer, kind of like how LEGO has preliminary set pictures leaked every year.
This
I don't know.
is very, very interesting.
Yes.
And this answers one of my biggest questions. Are you going to try to emulate a style like LEGO sets, or are you just going to go full out crazy mock mode? And this appears to be
this is definitely, well, no, this was the considering my typical the complexity of what I normally build, just aside from Solis Magna and stuff. This was honestly a challenge for me to tone down the complexity a bit to something that would be, well, not exactly something that LEGO would sell,
something
closer
feasible
to that.
for us to sell.
The only thing
it was like
couldn't be something that LEGO would sell is probably the torso. Everything else I can kind of buy for a Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah, the parts count even is definitely a bit a bit high, but as we've said, this is still being worked on.
Okay. I like it how it looks. It's not like I had a preconceived notion of what Marinder would look like, but I could see this being him. Eljay, what do you think of this set? Any comments you'd like?
It looks fantastic. Crow, as per usual, you have done a great job.
Thank you.
However, I, on the other hand, do have a preconceived notion of what I think Marinder would look like, and it's
not this.
Pretty close, if not exactly, what the Quattros, the robot in the Rise of the Rookies series. That's how I see Marinder. That giant towering thing that Stormer and whatnot had to deal with. That's how I see Marinder looking. This looks good as Marinder, but a very humanoid-looking Marinder. A little bit less robotic. I'd say maybe beef him up, but that's just my personal opinion.
I bet he does look a little spindly.
I bet Var is very happy about the fact that you think of Miranda as that.
Nah, he doesn't care at all.
Oh.
I actually really like this design. I kind of like the thinner look. I don't know. I feel like it adds more of a I don't know what the word would be, like dangerous persona, I guess. I like it's like he's holding back his true power, like he's thinner. He's thinner, he's not as large as you would expect, but he's strong enough to wipe out all the Toa, and I think that's a pretty cool aspect of it.
Thank you. I don't want to give any spoilers for any story we're planning, but when I was, and this is not actually, what I'm about to say is not indicative of any actual solismagna.com story, because this was just my personal ideas when building this, but I had it in my head that, like, kind of similar to how the Batera, they didn't use brute force, they used, like, you know, trickery, and they shapeshifted and stuff. So in my mind, Mirandar's main powers would be, you know, like, well, more power-based than physically, you know, strong and stuff. So maybe a form kind of like this, not necessarily a huge Toa Matanui set-sized Titan, would kind of convey the idea of Mirandar a bit better.
I can understand that.
I think that is a better image, IMO. So
I can kinda see both sides of the fence. I didn't really have an idea of what he'd look like, so I'm happy with whatever. And I think this looks good. And that being said, are there any other details about the project you'd like to talk about right now? Before we get to our opinions on things.
Preliminary lineup, Ben?
Yeah, we could go with that.
All right. So, along with Mirandar, some other sets that we have planned and are being worked on by some of our set designers. They include find list. Sorry.
Amazing preparation.
I had the list, and then somebody posted a bunch of Skype messages, and it got buried.
It was around 7 o'clock.
Oh yeah, thank you. Here we go. So current sets that are being worked on: Ord or Orde, depending on who you are. Chiara, Zarya, Kabrua, and also possibly Mabra. So Ord, Toa of Psionics, Chiara of Lightning, Zarya of Iron, Kabrua the Intelligent Vorox, and Mabra the Steve Irwin on the Red Star.
Well, that sounds like a plan.
Those are some sets from our currently planned and in progress legacy sets, as Ben mentioned, the sets that represent characters and people from Bionicles later years and such that never got official representations.
Yeah.
Before we began producing sets for our own continuation of the story.
I know some
we
people...
do have a more.
Sorry, go ahead.
We have a more. Sorry, we have a more extensive lineup of legacy sets planned, but you know that they're planned for a later release, like maybe spring.
Yeah, I was about to say some people are gonna go nuts on you if you don't release Batera.
Yeah,
that's gonna be that. We were considering Batera, and that's gonna be something that is very difficult to kind of pull off, because we have seen an official representation of them, and they're frankly going to be very hard to depict with the current pieces and such that we have. So we may just end up making a tree and saying that it's a shapeshifted Batera and expect people to buy that.
You'd pull the bait.
No, but that would be great. I'd love to see people's reactions to that.
All right. That being said, that was it for Solis Magna. I believe that it is an impressive idea, and from what I've seen so far, I do have some semblance of faith in you to succeed, and I really hope you're able to. So
semblance of faith is better than what we've gotten from some people. So
that's correct.
You're taking on a very large task here, and that will be the only thing setting you back is the feasibility of things. Yeah. But I wish you the best of luck. Now I'm going to turn it over to Var and Eljay for any other questions they'd like to ask and any other comments they'd like to give before we close this out.
All right.
Var? You can go first, Eljay.
All right. I have one question I'd like to ask.
Yes.
Why would anybody be moved to purchase any single set from this project as opposed to making anything that you guys have presented on their own doing?
As we mentioned before, one possible reason is that there will, in some sets, be customized parts. For example, custom painted or modified Kanohi from Modalt Masks, which is run by Steve the Squid and Mr. Cod, who are the very great team in regards to what they do. They make some great stuff. I have a few masks, so very high quality stuff. And some of
I think what'll make a lot of people, want to buy the sets is because they won't actually have the necessary parts to build them themselves. Yeah.
Granted, with sites like Bricklink becoming more prevalent and 3D printers spreading around the market, it seems like accessibility to creations of one's own devices seems to be a little bit easier.
That's true.
That is true, and that is also why we will be providing just the instructions without having you required to buy
pay. Yeah.
It's like while we would I don't know if this is the perspective that Ben shares, and he is the head of this project, so the final word on this goes to him. But my perspective is not that we want everybody to have to buy our sets, but that
we just want to be able to like offer them if they want to, or if they don't have the parts to build them themselves. If they want the custom parts and the pretty boxes.
And otherwise, they'll be able to build them with their own. I like that mindset.
Yeah.
Don't force anybody to do anything, but have the option for those that want to.
Right.
Indeed.
That's good.
In which case, that answers everything on Ivar.
Well, I actually don't have any questions. I did have a question, but you guys have already answered it in that last one. So, yeah, I think this sounds like a pretty solid idea. Hope to see it come into fruition.
Here's hoping.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
So with that being said, I would like to thank Solis Magna for joining us today for the Chroniclers Convergence.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors and the project's life. And we will talk to you later.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. See you guys.
You are very welcome. Goodbye.
Okay, so before we say a complete goodbye to Zonar, we have one more thing to mention. Another project that he is involved with. He is here to speak on the behalf of BioNICLE A to Z. Now, Zonar, please elaborate a little bit on what this project is and why you're speaking for it.
Yeah, so BioNICLE A to Z is a cool little project that not a lot of people know about at the moment. It's run by Gurok204 and it's been around since about 2011. And they've built up a small but pretty good archive of media that you won't really find at any other site. They have games in Spanish, a 100% completion save game for BioNICLE the game, the BioNICLE Heroes soundtrack, which you actually cannot find on the BMP at the moment. Game walkthroughs, instruction manuals, and they're actually working on getting together an archive of BioNICLE 3D models, which is pretty unique. I haven't really seen that at any other site. They also feature a newsfeed that is updated often, and it's a pretty good source to discover, great little-known projects across the community, such as MNOG 3D by BioNICLE Fanatic of the BMP forums, and Shaggy Nerds, who's also a BMP forums member, Legend of Matanui Remake Project. That's a very cool project. I would recommend going to check that out. So Bio A to Z was recently upgraded to 2.0 status by yours truly with the transition to WordPress on a new server and domain, and it's been doing pretty well since then. The forums are still a work in progress, but we're hoping to get those up soon. So yeah, there's BioNICLE A to Z. And go ahead and check it out at bionicleaz.com.
Fantastic. I thank you for talking about it in such a way, because short, quick, to the point. It seems pretty interesting. I don't really have much else to say currently, but there's nothing wrong with having a bunch of sites doing stuff, and some of those projects you mentioned sound very ambitious. Legend of Matanui Remake, is that implying what I think it's implying?
I mean, it's still in very early stages right now, but he has some screenshots of he made a newer model.
But in other words, yes, It is
it's
implying what you think it's implying.
yeah.
Eljay, how do you feel about this remaking Legend of Mana Nui?
How do I go about this? You can't.
Well, I mean, you can't, but like it's a you can like make
Wait.
Eljay telling it how it is.
But A to Z looks interesting.
Okay. Yes. With that being said, thank you very much for coming on to talk about BioNicle A to Z as well as Solis Magna. Now,
Thank you.
goodbye for real.
Forever.
All right, hello. Today we are joined by Critical Mocker to talk about his project BioNicle Nova and the trailer that we just ran on this video. So, hey, say hey, Critical Mocker.
Hey, Critical Mocker.
Wow, just wow.
Oh, we got a funny guy.
You're a comedian. We already have Eljay for that. He already makes the lackluster jokes. I mean, but no. All right, so BioNicle Nova. What is the synopsis for the series? The plot synopsis.
Well, it's about a Toa team called the Toa Nova and what they do.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. Does it take place in the canon BioNicle universe?
As canon as I can get it.
Okay, because the vibe I got from the trailer is that it's set after 2010 when Makuta is defeated, quote unquote.
Yeah, it's after BioNicle ended, but I'm trying to add as many canon elements as I can.
Okay. That sounds good. And your trailer showed a bunch of mocks fighting it out. Screenshots, no actual stop motion. Are any of these characters BioNicle characters that we know? Or are they going to be an original cast? Because I did notice there was a Tahu-esque figure with a Hero Factory 1.0 chest plate.
Sorry, I had a little trouble with my mic. None of them are actual canon characters. In fact, the guy with the 1.0 chest armor is an antagonist. I will not say what exactly he's, but he's an antagonist, and he's not a canon character, but you have encountered something like him before in BioNicle.
Dun dun dun. Well, that's interesting. I wouldn't have expected that. Alright. Now, are you going to be needing any voice actors for this project, or do you have everything lined up?
I need several voice actors. Only one person has actually. I've made several videos on my channel saying, "Hey, I need voice actors," but the only person who's actually responded to that hasn't really gotten back to me about anything. Though I do need plenty of voice actors.
Alright, well then I hope that anyone that watches this trailer maybe would be interested in submitting some voice acting for the project. So, to repeat, that is BioNICLE Nova by Critical Mocker. Please go to his channel, watch the trailer again, submit some requests to, not submit some requests, submit an audition for voice acting. Eljay, what did you think of this trailer? Do you have anything to say?
Looking forward to it. I'm gonna have to wait and see to comment more on it. But
Yeah.
it looks interesting. I'm interested to see the character of which you are speaking of.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you have any other comments to say about the project, Critical Mocker?
Yes, I've divided it up into not seasons but phases, sort of. It's that way I can make them as long as I want to. First phase basically has the original Toa, but anyway, they basically, I don't know. I tried to prepare as much as I could for this, but it's kind of, I don't know.
Well, you did send me a PM about it, complete with 5 bullet points, which I will copy paste for you, and I will just edit this. So if you want, you can read those out.
I don't have them with me, but I remember one of them is that it's not about a Toa civil war. I don't know.
Well, I just copy pasted them into the chat for you.
Yeah, it is an action series set around 35 years after Pterodactyl's defeat. It revolves around a Toa team that is made up of some of the most powerful Toa, not including the Toa Nova, called the Toa Nova. I'm just reading what it says here. It does not include a Toa civil war. While a good idea, it does not include that. I have divided it up into 3 stages. Assembling, they almost all used to belong to other Toa teams until they either were disbanded or killed. It includes most of the Toa Nova, but more will come later. War. A war breaks out between the Agori/Matoran alliance. That's something I did not include. They kind of made a government sort of structure, and a group called the New Makuta. I did not capitalize that. It's a group name. And it also includes 2 more Toa and most of the main antagonists. It's excluding in one. Actually, there's more than one that's introduced earlier in the series. Post-war, there is peace between the New Makuta and the rest of Solis Magna. Or is there?
Dun dun dun.
I'm posting most of the mocks that will be in the series on mock pages. Just fair warning, I would not go there because I put a lot of spoilers for it on there.
Oh no, we can't have that.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Thank you very much for coming on today to share these details about the project with us and for submitting your entry in the first place. Everybody go check out the YouTube channel Critical Films and BioNICLE Nova, coming soon. Thank you very much for coming on, and now we are going to move on to the next trailer. So goodbye.
See ya. Or don't see ya.
No. Okay, so we are now joined by Chris, aka the Phantom Terror, here to talk to us about what we just showed, the Solis Magna Minecraft server. Say hey, Chris.
Hello.
Okay. Hello to you too. So first of all, what is this? Is it just a Minecraft server, or is there some kind of special twist to it?
It's just really a Minecraft server, but it's mostly promotion for the Solis Magna group. So that way we can expand our audience
Good call.
a lot more people.
Okay. Is there going to be a Bionicle spin to the server, or is it just...
If we can get a BioMedia mod, we'll probably install it on the server.
I know that Click on BZP has a neat Bionicle mod you can use.
Okay, great.
Alright, so it says in the trailer it's being released. Well, it actually says in the trailer description it's released mid-February. Is that still a go?
Yep.
Sometime
So
in
far, it's
February.
Yep, sometime this month.
Alright. So you mentioned there's different worlds for stuff. Should that be taken literally or figuratively? Like
different worlds?
Yeah. Creative world, survival world. A lot of popular servers have that system in place.
I don't remember saying anything about a creative world or a survival world.
And a world for the creative with a giant heart.
Oh, that was just for fun, like how Minecraft has it's meant for all types of people. Those who like to build, those who like to adventure.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for.
Okay. So LJ, what do you think about this server?
I feel that I've seen this concept before.
Well, hey,
In fact, I feel like I've thought of this concept. I did think of this concept before. No, yeah. What audience are you hoping to grab with this?
The BioNic crafters.
So, BZ Power members?
Yeah.
Good call.
BZ Power members. Everyone on the internet who likes BioNicle and Minecraft.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in that endeavor. I don't exactly know what a Minecraft server is going to do for the project's popularity, but maybe if you plug it enough in the server, people will take notice.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, do you have anything else you'd like to say about the project?
Not really, other than it is definitely going to be happening, and it's going to be a load of fun.
Hooray. Nothing's better than a load of fun.
Nope.
Alright, well, I'd like to thank you for coming on today to talk about this. And
Thank you for having me on today.
everybody go check out, whenever it is out, the Solis Magna Minecraft server for fun, adventure, and great cheer. But for now, we will move on to the next person.
Do you know why I stole your Mangosteen?
It is almost time. For too long I have lied here, scheming, spreading my poison across the land. After the wars left them weak, they thought I was gone. Soon they will find they were wrong. The time is coming when all will bow before my genius.
Let's get this going. Alright. What is your name? Don't want to share? Fine. Let's cut to the chase. Who are you working for? Tell me now. Who are you working for? I work alone. A loner, eh? Well, at least I know you can talk. Why did you want all of that quasar? Reasons? Come on, spit it out. I needed it for a weapon. A weapon, huh? What kind of weapon? A bomb. So you needed quasar stone to make a bomb. Of course. No better way to build a bomb than with quasar. How powerful is this bomb? Very. How much damage would it be capable of dealing? It could reduce your precious factory to mere rubble within seconds. I take it that's your plan. In a nutshell, yes.
If there's one thing I've learned over the years,
It's that just because you have an H on your chest doesn't mean you're a hero. Sometimes you have to make a stand.
There is no hope left. It's impossible for there to be any hope left if there was never any hope in the first place.
Alright, I would say that about marks the end of the Chroniclers Convergence. We hope you all enjoyed watching these fan trailers. Please be sure to go check them out, give the creators some attention. At this time in the Bionicle fan community's life, we really all have to stick together and lift each other and our projects up because of keeping Bionicle alive and all that fun stuff. So before we bid you adieu for today, there's one more thing I would like to mention, and it is actually a submission from a fan that did not have an accompanying trailer for it, but I promised I would read it on the episode, and it is for a fan fiction, and the fan's name is Violoncello at Piano, and he says, "Here is the synopsis of the story upon which I am working. It's still in the very early stages. Concept and rough plotline are there, and I'm working on a prologue first chapter, which will eventually be finished once I make some progress in school and find a part-time job. The title is not set in stone, but I kind of like the ring it has. The story will be posted on his DeviantArt account, which I will link in the description, and his fanfiction account, which I will also link in the description. It's titled Bionicle, Making a Difference in a World Not Our Own." And the synopsis he sent in is as follows. 6 ordinary youths find themselves ripped from the comfortable, stressful, and tedious routine of everyday life and find themselves on an island paradise threatened by the chaotic powers of a dark being. Empowered by the elements and backed by the friendly natives of the island, these young folk use their resourcefulness, instinct and common sense in trying to understand and survive in this beautiful yet dangerous new world. Now, this is just my personal speculation on this, but it almost sounds like real world gets sent to 2001 scenario story, which could be very interesting. Now, I'm not actually certain if he has released the first chapter yet, but I would heavily advise you all keep following this because that sounds pretty interesting. And again, the link to that particular person's pages, as well as the YouTube channels of every person in this video that had a trailer that they submitted, can be found in the description below. And once more, I'd like to thank you all for watching this and following this project through its tumultuous life, to put it mildly. Hopefully the next time we do one of these, it will go smoother, and we will be able to pull off the live stream format. But until that time comes, this is Messinac, and I bid you all farewell. Thank you for watching.